G'day folks, Bobby here, aka TheNoobKarter. Today we're going to be discussing how to deal with setbacks and disappointments when getting started in karting. Look, anytime you're involved in any sort of sport or activity, you're going to have setbacks and disappointments and failures along the way. For me, this session that we're watching right now is my biggest so far. It was the first practice session since my first race event, and although I didn't set the karting world alight in my first event, I was pretty pumped with how I went. I'd taken almost a second off my personal best and proved to myself that although I still have a way to go, I deserved to be there. I came into this practice session with a plan. I had a number of changes I wanted to make, and these things were hopefully going to get my personal best down from 41 seconds into the late 40s, and hopefully put me into the fighting distance and fighting range of other drivers in the event, so I could be middle pack next time I go out. In reality, in this session I felt very uncomfortable in the kart, and the times that never once dipped into the 41s, let alone the 40s. In the interest of being open and honest, I just wanted to show everyone this session so people know that it's okay to have ups and downs. I mean, when you get started in any sort of new activity, you're going to have setbacks and failures. It's how you deal with those that define how well you'll do and how much you'll succeed. As a beginner, you need these setbacks to learn from. It's not an excuse to beat yourself up with and say you're not good enough or too weak to be there, but instead they're a stepping stone to coming out on top eventually. So here's some steps or some ideas that might help next time you have a setback. Acknowledge that there was a setback or a loss. Might take a bit of time. None of us enjoy losing or failing, but fight the urge to gloss over it, ignore it, and see it as a way to improve. Once you've acknowledged it and have dealt with the immediate emotion that comes with it, then you can move on. There's no point dwelling on the past. It's time to learn from this. What could you do different next time? Was there any positives that you could see? Could you try it again and see if it worked differently the next time you did it? In my case, the biggest change I made for this session was changing my seating position. And I felt it really had a negative effect on the handling of the kart. But maybe with more practice, I could use it to smooth out my driving and ultimately make it a way to improve. You've got to look to the future. Just because you've had a setback now does not mean that you won't be successful in the future. Never get so caught up in failing and worried about failing that you don't take chances. In the end, setbacks and failures are nothing more than feedback. Use that feedback to improve next time. In the next video, I'll be looking at things I learned at the karting academy that I went to recently, and also how I use these setbacks and the feedback from it in that practice session to my advantage. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. Have a great day. TheNoobKarter out.